Dutton Ranch Season 2 might just be heading toward its absolute darkest, most dangerous chapter yet. Because if that explosive finale taught us anything, it's that nobody, and I mean nobody, is safe anymore. The dust is settled, sure, but the emotional wreckage? Yeah, that's still burning. We are staring down the barrel of a completely transformed landscape, and the stakes have literally never been higher.
Just think about the sheer gravity of where we left off. It is devastating. Carter is gone. Rob Will is dead, and Mariano now holds this absolute, terrifying level of power. We're looking at a scenario where the foundational safety of every single character we've been following has been utterly shattered. It's a whole new ballgame.
Section 1. The Fight for Carter, a Battle for Survival. The entire paradigm of this story has violently shifted. Think about it. For most of the first season, the biggest concern seemed to be just the future of the ranch itself. You know, the land, the legacy. But that stolen cattle operation exposed something so much darker. What looked like a simple ranching conflict has mutated into a full-blown cartel war. This isn't a battle over property lines anymore. It's a brutal fight for pure survival.
Notice the massive psychological pivot we're about to witness with Beth and Rip. For the first time since they arrived in Texas, they aren't fighting to build an empire. They are fighting to get their family back. Carter's kidnapping wasn't just some shocking cliffhanger to keep us hooked. It was a deeply, deeply personal strike. And we all know Beth and Rip. They are not the type to just sit back and negotiate. This level of trauma is going to push them into some of the absolute darkest, most ruthless decisions we have ever seen them make.
But charging directly into the fire is exactly what gets you killed, right? Which brings us to the man holding the matches, Mariano. He isn't just another enemy with a gun. He's a mastermind who is always playing several moves ahead of everyone else. He manages to create total, absolute chaos while remaining completely untouchable. Which begs a deeply unsettling question. Did Mariano actually orchestrate everything from the very beginning?
A lot of fans firmly believe the answer is a resounding yes. Let's look at the death of Rob Will. Officially, the suspicion points right at Joaquin. But emotionally, logically, something about that theory just doesn't sit right. If Mariano truly wanted Rob Will eliminated, why in the world would he risk delegating such a critical, messy task to someone as volatile as Joaquin? The real takeaway here is that Mariano likely didn't order the hit directly. Instead, he simply manipulated a tragic situation to his own massive advantage. And that right there is the exact hallmark of an untouchable mastermind. Section 2. Cracks in the cartel. Betrayal from within. Because even untouchable empires have their vulnerabilities. Mariano might think he's winning, but the foundation right beneath his feet is fracturing. And historically, Yellowstone-style stories always become their most dangerous when loyalty starts to crack. One betrayal from the inside can tear down an empire way faster than any outside army ever could.
And the biggest crack in that foundation, it might just be Joaquin. Consider the massive psychological weight this guy is carrying around. He's completely trapped between deep loyalty, immense family pressure, and this crushing personal guilt. Throughout Season 1, we watched his anger and resentment slowly build up. But now that Rob Wills is dead, Joaquin is going to start questioning absolutely everything. He's a man caught in the middle of a war he never truly wanted. Because of that immense pressure, he could easily become the single most important and unpredictable player in Season 2.
Section 3. Unexpected Alliances, the Counterattack. This internal friction perfectly sets the stage for a massive shift in the power dynamics. Grief and trauma have this funny way of forcing people into corners, and when people are cornered, they take drastic action. This upcoming cartel war won't just be fought by the usual suspects. It's going to forge alliances born out of sheer, absolute desperation.
Take Oriana, for example. Her future is poised to become one of the core emotional centers of the entire upcoming season. She's dealing with an unimaginable loss, facing a terrifyingly uncertain future, all while carrying a child. That changes the stakes completely. Carter isn't just important to Beth and Rip, he's incredibly important to Oriana, too. If she believes Carter is in immediate danger, she is not going to wait around for the Duttons to save him. She's going to cross lines she probably never thought she'd cross. Building on that whole theme of unexpected action, the finale left Bula drowned in a highly complicated position too. She's carrying this profound guilt and responsibility, watching the devastating consequences of her choices ripple out across literally everyone she cares about. Season 2 really feels like it's going to be her ultimate redemption arc. Instead of just running from the cartel's shadow, she might finally turn around and confront it head-on, which would put her directly in Mariano's crosshairs.
And while these characters are out making their desperate moves, what exactly is the ultimate Dutton strategy? While fans are widely theorizing that Beth's counterattack won't be some immediate, fiery explosion of brute force, it's going to be a strategic, highly calculated war. She's going to be building alliances, gathering intel, quietly weakening Mariano's influence from within. Because when Beth Dutton decides to destroy someone's empire, she uses deadly patience. The slow burn is always the most lethal. But even with Beth's tactical genius, the sheer scale of Mariano's cartel might just be too much for the Texas crew to handle all by themselves. Which brings us to a massive, looming question that has the entire fan base buzzing right now. Could the ultimate lifeline for the Duttons actually come from outside state lines? Are we looking at a full-blown Yellowstone universe collision?
Now, while nothing is officially confirmed, the Yellowstone universe has become incredibly intertwined over the years. Just imagine this breathtaking scenario. Different, powerful corners of the Dutton world suddenly overlapping at the exact, desperate moment Beth and Rip need reinforcements to save Carter. It's a massive fan theory, sure, but it is exactly the kind of cinematic television event that would completely shatter expectations and alter the landscape of the entire franchise forever.
Section 4. The Long Wait Ahead. Production Realities. Okay, before we get too lost in the possibilities of an all-out crossover war, we do need to ground these cinematic theories in some reality. The good news? Season 2 is absolutely, officially confirmed. The tension is real, and the story will continue.
The challenging news, unfortunately, is the timeline. Industry reports are suggesting a pretty brutal wait, with filming potentially not even beginning until 2026. If production actually holds to that schedule, we are looking at a 2027 release for Season 2. Yeah, it's a notoriously long wait, but when you have this many characters standing at these huge emotional crossroads and a story wound this tightly, that delay is only going to fuel the massive anticipation. Every single unresolved storyline is just going to simmer and build.
Because right now, nothing is settled. Mariano holds the absolute power. Beth and Rip are quietly sharpening their knives in the dark. The future of Carter, the ranch, and the very survival of these deeply fractured characters hangs entirely in the balance. The real question isn't whether Season 2 will be bigger or more violent. The chilling reality we really have to ask ourselves is this: when the war finally begins, who will still be standing when it's over?